Hello, welcome to Crypto News. Today is June 7th, 2025, and here are the top cryptocurrency news stories. And we're going to start with something that, for some reason, I left out of yesterday's episode, and that's Mr. Elon's statement about Jeffrey Epstein, who is a man who was found dead in a federal prison in New York in 2019. Mr. Trump's administration has said that it will release those documents publicly, and we're still waiting for them. Mr. Elon had said that Mr. Trump, his name specifically, has been found in these files. We don't know what evidence he has that he says this. However, this is the thing that, for some reason, I left out of yesterday's episode. Continuing, we're also going to go to MyCA, and we're going to go to the European Union, which is starting to think about DeFi. Let's say that the first global regulatory framework for the cryptocurrency industry, MyCA, has already come into effect on December 30th, 2024, and the responsible politicians are paying attention to regulating DeFi. And besides DeFi, we also need to think about DAOs, NFTs, how we legally define decentralization, and many other things. But little by little, they are studying MyCA too, as you understand. Moving on, we will also go to Switzerland, which gives the green light to share information about cryptocurrencies with 74 countries. We have seen this before in crypto news. However, Switzerland is moving forward with its plan to automatically share cryptocurrency-related data with 74 member states, including the United Kingdom and all member states of the European Union. Let's say that if this passes, because it hasn't yet, it will go into effect on January 1st, 2026, with the first cryptocurrency exchanges starting in 2027. So we have time for it to go into effect, and if it does, because it hasn't. Moving on, we'll also move on to Gemini, which is following in the footsteps of Circle and Coinbase. It has also filed with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission SEC for its initial public offering so it can become a public company. Whereas, as I said about Circle, let's say that ARK Invest bought $373 million worth of Circle shares. And to do that, we know that it's selling shares of Coinbase, Robinhood, and the Bitcoin ETF. Moving on to our companies, we'll also look at Trump Media, which has filed with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, to buy $2.3 billion worth of Bitcoin so it can create its own Bitcoin reserve. Trump Media is a company that is largely controlled by Mr. Trump, so the president certainly has big plans for Bitcoin as an asset that he wants his companies to own. And while we're on the Trump family, we'll mention one of Mr. Trump's sons, Eric Trump, who announced that his cryptocurrency platform World Liberty Finance, Trump's DeFi, plans to acquire a significant amount of Mr. Trump's official meme coin. This is his official X site, and the coin in question is apparently official Trump, which has seen a 7% increase in the 24 hours since the announcement. Moving on to our coins, we'll look at Hyperliquid, which hit a record $248 billion in volume in May. This is the largest perpetual protocol we have in the cryptocurrency market, and it has taken the market by storm in its sector. And as we said, it has generated $248 billion in exchange rates in May. And as you can see, this candle is the largest of all the candles, and that shows that people are continuing to use it more and more, and that's why its price is in the green. And from Hyperliquid, we'll go to Bittensor, which has surpassed 118 subnets. Specifically, subnets are currently at 119, and let's take a look at what they are and why they are so important to Bittensor itself. Specifically, networks within the ecosystem are places where developers, data providers, miners, and validators collaborate to build, train, and evaluate decentralized AI models. Each network focuses on a specific task, such as natural language processing and more. So in very simple terms, the more subnets Bittensor has, the more work is done to develop centralized AI models. And that can bring more products to Bittensor, and if those products are good and people use them, that is very beneficial for the price of Bittensor itself. But for all of this to happen, we first need to have networks where Bittensor is doing well, and more are being created, so more and more products are being developed. However, these products should be good, and people should use them so that we can see a bigger increase in the price of Bittensor. Moving on, it's time to go to our favorite cryptocurrency market, with Bitcoin at $105,000, with the price having recovered from the previous red candle. What happened that caused the market to rise is that Mr. Trump came out and said that the Fed should cut interest rates in America. This is the official statement from the president on Truth Social. And if we go to the CME, we will see that in 11 days, the chairman of the Fed, Mr. Powell, will come out and talk about whether or not to cut interest rates. However, we already know from our forecast that there is a 97% chance that there will be no interest rate cut, at least in 11 days. That wraps up the top news for crypto today is June 7th, 2025. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care everyone, and have a good day.